Welcome back to Ride Beyond, where we explore the most legendary vehicles ever built. Today, we're stepping into an era of bold designs, big engines, and unforgettable road trips. This is the 1973 Pontiac Grand Safari, a true icon of American automotive history. This wasn't just any station wagon, this was Pontiac's answer to the ultimate family hauler, wrapped in luxury, power, and unmistakable style. In the early 70s, wagons weren't just about practicality, they were about presence. And the Grand Safari? It had plenty of that. This car was massive, 18.8 feet long, with a stance that dominated the road. It rode on Pontiac's full-size B-body platform, shared with models like the Bonneville and Grandville. The bold split grille, a signature Pontiac feature, gave it an aggressive look, while the hidden headlights added a touch of sophistication. And then, of course, there was the wood grain paneling. No classic American wagon was complete without it. The Grand Safari had simulated DNOC with trim running along its flanks, bordered by polished aluminum strips that framed the design beautifully. It was a blend of elegance and rugged family practicality. The front end was long and commanding, with sculpted lines leading back to an equally massive rear section. The wraparound rear glass was a standout feature, seamlessly integrating into the tailgate, giving passengers a panoramic view of the road behind. One of the most innovative features was the clamshell tailgate, a design unique to GM wagons of the time. Instead of a traditional fold-down or swing-out tailgate, the rear glass slid up into the roof, and the lower gate retracted into the floor at the push of a button. This provided unmatched cargo accessibility, making it easy to load everything from groceries to camping gear. The chrome bumpers and trim added a touch of class, and the Grand Safari badging reinforced that this was more than just a station wagon, it was a statement. A car that exuded confidence on the road, whether pulling into a suburban driveway or cruising down Route 66. Stepping inside, the 1973 Pontiac Grand Safari was built for comfort. This wasn't just a vehicle, it was a mobile living room. The seats were wide, plush, and deeply cushioned, wrapped in either vinyl or cloth, depending on the trim level. The dashboard featured a classic symmetrical design, with an array of gauges set in a faux wood grain panel. The AM/FM radio, climate controls, and large speedometer were all within easy reach, making long drives effortless. Now, let's talk performance, because the Grand Safari wasn't just about comfort. Under the hood, Pontiac packed some serious power. The base engine was a 400 cubic inch, 6.6L V8, producing around 170 horsepower, but for those who wanted more grunt, there were upgrades. The top-tier option was the 455 cubic inch, 7.5L V8, delivering up to 250 horsepower and 370 lb-ft of torque. These numbers might not sound massive by today's standards, but for a station wagon tipping the scales at over 5,200 pounds, it was impressive. The ride quality was another standout feature. The Grand Safari came with a long wheelbase and a cushioned suspension setup, absorbing road imperfections with ease. Whether gliding over city streets or tackling long stretches of open highway, it delivered a smooth, quiet, and comfortable experience. When new, the 1973 Pontiac Grand Safari had a starting price of around $4,900, which was quite a bit for a wagon back then. Adjusted for inflation, that's roughly $33,000 in today's money. Today, finding one in pristine condition can be a challenge, but when they do show up, prices range from $15,000 for a solid driver to $40,000 or more for a fully restored example. With its rarity and nostalgic appeal, values continue to rise. So, why does the Grand Safari still captivate enthusiasts today? It's simple, it represents a bygone era of American automotive excess. A time when wagons were kings of the road, when road trips were an event, and when cars were designed with both style and substance. The Grand Safari wasn't just another station wagon, it was the flagship of the Pontiac lineup. It combined power, space, and luxury into one unforgettable package. Whether you're a classic car collector, a fan of vintage American iron, or just someone who appreciates the charm of old-school wagons, the 1973 Grand Safari is a rolling piece of history. Would you drive one today? Let us know in the comments. And if you love deep dives into automotive legends, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Ride Beyond.